A grieving father in South Carolina is warning parents after his son died from excessive caffeine consumption.
I stand before you as a broken-hearted father and hope that something good can come from this.
16-year-old Davis Kripe died from a heart attack last month, caused by what doctors say was a caffeine-induced overdose. The coroner report says the teen consumed 3 caffeinated drinks before his death. Reports say he drank Mountain Dew, a cafe latte from McDonald's, and an energy drink, all within 2 hours. For more on this, I want to bring in CTV's medical contributor, Dr. Marla Shapiro. Dr. Marla, 16 years old, drinking 3 highly caffeinated beverages in a short period of time. Can you die from a caffeine overdose?
So he didn't die from a heart attack. In fact, his heart was completely healthy when they looked at it on autopsy, and he had no pre-existing cardiac conditions. The message here for parents to hear is that it's not only the total amount of caffeine, but it's the time frame in which he consumed all of this. So we have an idea about what safe limits are, and it varies by weight and age. It also depends on idiosyncratic reaction. In other words, maybe somebody else could have had the same exposure in a short period of time and not had what we believe is an arrhythmia, an electrical issue where the heart stopped beating. It's not so much the caffeine overdose as much as it's the exposure in that short period of time.
What effect does caffeine have on the body? It is a stimulant.
Without a doubt.
No bones about it.
Without a doubt. So first of all, there's a difference between caffeine from a cup of coffee and caffeine from an energy drink. A recent study showed us that after drinking an energy drink versus caffeine, blood pressure was elevated over a longer period of time. But caffeine as a overall will give you an increased heart rate, that higher blood pressure, an irregular heartbeat. We think that's what happened in this case. Tremors and nervousness, you feel a little jittery, a little anxious, a panic attack. If you have caffeine too late in the day, it may lead to insomnia. So in this case, what likely happened was a high caffeine load, short period of time, probably leading either to high blood pressure or cardiac arrhythmia that led to his death.
And we all know that coffee contains caffeine.
Right.
Mountain Dew, not so much. What are other common sources of caffeine that we would...
It really depends on the type of beverage that you're drinking. So, for example, you've got decaffeinated things like colas, then you've got caffeinated colas. So you have to look at the label to know what you're getting. But in general, when we look at the amounts, about a standard cup of coffee is somewhere between 90 to 100 milligrams, an energy drink 80 milligrams and up, depending on what the energy drink is. You can see a can of cola is about 40 to 50, a cup of tea is about 50 milligrams, and then less so in terms of dark chocolate, milk chocolate, in terms of the number of caffeine. But if we look at the overall ranges, so as a general rule, we say adults about 400 milligrams over the course of a day. Okay. We talk about teens in and around 200 milligrams, maybe 100 milligrams, depending on that particular teen. And interestingly enough, where do we see caffeine overdose and caffeine reported in terms of being a risk? In kids under the age of 6 who may inadvertently have an exposure to caffeine. There was a story where a young child got into a mini bar, had a cola, and for young kids with small body masses, it's less than 3 milligrams per kilogram. So it doesn't take a whole lot of caffeine to get a caffeine overstimulant effect in a young child if they get into a so-called caffeine exposure. Just as you look at your children in terms of don't get them into your household cleaning products, a child getting into a mini bar unsupervised and having a cola beverage may have an exposure of 80 milligrams or 50 milligrams. That may be too much for that child. But here in this story, it's an unusual story, but it's a warning bell that teens, young adults, and parents need to hear that overconsumption of caffeine, particularly in a short period of time, led to a tragic outcome.
And with those energy drinks that pack in.
Yes, and this was reported over a 2-hour period of time. So, you can't pull out one item per se, but the overall exposure leading to this very tragic outcome.
Okay, Dr. Marla, thanks for that. Really important.